Well, a lot of things have creeped into the meaning of Star Trek and the significance of Star Trek in the last few years. A lot of which has to do with technology, the fact that we've proven that the things that we had conceived in our minds were now, actual mechanisms, actual devices that could be operated. So that is, to some degree, changed the legacy of Star Trek. But I think also we have, and I noticed this from my examination of Facebook and of Twitter, that there are people now who are following the show who are not engineers, who are not geeks, their word, not mine, who have interests and occupations that are far removed from anything that we would have associated with Star Trek, identified, mechanics, I don't know, whatever. But certainly we have become a multi-cultural kind of image. There's a multicultural image to Star Trek. Because what I thought originally, and this is what I was starting to say, was that I thought we were appealing to a certain kind of humanitarianism, and a certain kind of idealism. That we were a group of adventurers who were trying to make things better. That we were trying to keep systems intact, not to invade other cultures and destroy them, but to assist those who needed assistance in a benign way, not in an aggressive way. And that's what the series seemed to me to be about mostly. But with all of these new fans over the years, I bet there's 100,000, 200,000 members of the NRA who are Star Trek fans. Just because of the way things have gone, and a lot of people who are a lot more conservative, who find a way to justify that conservatism for themselves that makes sense. In fact, I noticed that there were people who were voting Republican ticket, who were putting down Obama, who were also following Star Trek. So that is certainly different, and that is not the legacy that I would have thought would be ultimately the one people would remember. So I still think that the most prevalent part is that we were a very humanitarian show that believed in racial equality, and ethnic equality, ideological respect for all peoples, for all cultures. That was the intention going in. That was Gene's intention, and that's what I'd like to think is still the primary goal of the show.